It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 11 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're gonna be talking about what Negan and Mercer's roles are gonna be in Season 11, and whether Negan is gonna meet Mercer, and how they're going to interact with one another, and the possibility that there's gonna be a very interesting storyline between Negan, Mercer, Maggie, and the Reapers. Obviously, they did release a key art poster for Season 11, which I broke down on a separate video, so if you haven't checked it out, make sure to do that. But in this video, we're going to particularly look at Negan and Mercer's role in Season 11 and how they might remix the comic storyline when it comes to Mercer and the Commonwealth. For non-comic readers, Mercer is the lead commander officer for the Commonwealth being the group that appeared at the end of Season 10 and also the bonus episode, and they're the ones that captured Eugene, Yumiko, Princess, and Ezekiel. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break all of this down. Before we jump into this, if you're not a subscriber and enjoy the content by the end, consider subscribing to join our community, share and smash the like button, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that, let's dive right in. Obviously, this was the poster that I broke down on the other video, and as we can see, Negan does appear as well as Mercer. The fact that Mercer is appearing on this poster is interesting, and the reason for that is just looking at the previous posters and the individuals that were featured on the previous posters for the previous seasons. If you want to know more about that, watch the poster breakdown because I dive deeper into that. But here we're gonna talk about how they might potentially be remixing Mercer's role in Season 11 and also how Negan might fit into this remixed storyline. So to do that, we actually first need to take a look at the story that they're building up in Season 11, which is the storyline with the Reapers. Obviously, when we're talking about the Reapers, Maggie is directly connected because the Reapers attacked her community before they made their way to Alexandria and tried to hunt down the survivors. If we take a look at the comic storyline and the source material, we know that there is going to be a storyline in which our survivors are going to work with the Commonwealth and try to build a bigger network of communities. Now, where things get interesting is that the Reapers are in the picture, so I could definitely see them doing a story in which there's a conflict between the Commonwealth and the Reapers, in which case, obviously the survivors would soon find themselves in the middle, and Maggie, having that connection to the Reapers, will definitely want to fight against them. So she'll definitely want to help Commonwealth defeat them. And this is where things get interesting. If they follow the comic storyline and have Maggie end up taking more or less of a leadership position at the Commonwealth, then I could definitely see some very intriguing things that they could do. We know Negan and Maggie's backstory. We know that they're not the biggest fans of one another. So if they end up going the comic route and having Maggie take leadership, but at the same time bringing this new Reaper storyline into Season 11, what we might end up seeing is Maggie working with Commonwealth soldiers and Mercer to fight against the Reapers, and Negan coming from a different place and knowing how to deal with people like the Reapers and having that experience where he dealt with Alpha in his own way. He might actually want to deal with the Reapers also in his way, a way that Maggie might not necessarily agree with, which would cause some sort of tension between them once again. And obviously, if Maggie becomes the leader, Mercer would be the second in command in a way, so he would back her up, which means that at the end of the day, Negan and Mercer might have some issues with one another as well. So basically what I'm saying is, if they follow the comic storyline, and also if they do bring in the Reaper story and have it spill into later episodes of Season 11 and not just the first 8 episodes, what we could end up seeing is a storyline where Negan wants to deal with the Reapers one way, but Maggie being backed up by Commonwealth soldiers and Mercer wants to deal with it in a different way, which causes conflict between these two parties. And knowing how big the Commonwealth is, I can definitely see some people backing Negan and being on his side. And this is where they could bring in some sort of a civil war into season 11, which would be in a way a remixed version of the riots that happened at the Commonwealth in End of the Comics. I may have been all over the place trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together for you guys in this video, but I feel like there's definitely a possibility that they might be remixing the story in such a way where Negan and Maggie might butt heads, and obviously Mercer, being the second in command when Maggie takes leadership, will at some point butt heads with Negan, creating this sort of civil war, you could say, within the Commonwealth. I want to know everyone's thoughts and opinions about this. Do you think that there's a possibility that they might go this route, or do you think that it's a reach and they're not gonna go there? Share your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to join our community. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.